So, guys, back to another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily, that show that keeps you up to date with all players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal and away from Arsenal. And today we are confirming to you guys, as we did yesterday, Alexander Zinchenko is an Arsenal player. Official documents have been signed between Arsenal and Manchester City. Alexander Zinchenko is now in Orlando, where Arsenal's training camp is, ready to sign his contract and join up with the team. Maybe he could make an appearance against Orlando City tomorrow night in our game, in our preseason game, in the lead up to the new Premier League season. He's arrived in Orlando and he has completed his medical in what is going to be a £30 million move with £2 million in add-ons actually, which was a detail I missed out, so apologies for that, but there will be a £2 million add-on along with the £30 million fee. Mikel Arteta was key for the move to happen. Alexander Zinchenko was keen on the return to working with Mikel Arteta and was keen on the idea, which is why he has signed for Arsenal. And as I've said many times, I'm very happy with the deal. It's a smart signing, is what I would call it, is how I'd phrase it. It's a very smart signing for the simple reason that Zinchenko is a player that can play multiple positions, as we know. His expected assists per 90 is the highest in the Premier League, by the way. Don't know if you wanted to know that, but just a stat I saw earlier. But Alexander Zinchenko, as I said, he will probably play in cover to Kieran Tierney, if not maybe play over him at times, who knows, and can also cover in the midfield, possibly alongside Thomas Partey, and can play a bit more further field. Technically very gifted, good crosser of the ball. On the ball, he is very good. And I think for £30 million initial fee, we've got ourselves a very good player. And I think for that value, we've got a very good player. For £30 million, where else can you get a player who can play left back as well as play midfield, Premier League proven, come from one of the best clubs in the world at the moment, Premier League winner? For all that, for £30 million, I think is an absolute steal, and we've got ourselves a very good player on our hands. And I think better value for someone like Lisandro Martinez. And look, Zinchenko, I'm very happy about him, very intrigued to see how he'll perform at Arsenal, how Mikel Arteta will deploy him. First of all, will he play more games in midfield? Will he play more games at left back? I think that is one thing that I think we'll just have to wait and see how Arteta deploys him, because it depends on Tavares' sales. Tavares still going to stay or not? If Tavares were to leave, then he would definitely be a left back contender with Tierney. If not, then maybe he could play more games in midfield. But I think the one thing I really like is he's going to provide genuine threat to Kieran Tierney's left back position. Tavares wasn't as good as Tierney. Clearly, we saw that towards the back end of last season. Zinchenko, he could be on that level on Kieran Tierney's caliber, and he would definitely challenge him for a spot, which is one thing I think is very good about this. And I'm excited. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. An announcement could be today, to be honest, and I'm excited. Let's see what we can get from Alexander Zinchenko. The next bit of news is on a potential winger we could sign. Now, this is a far stretch. I know, guys. This is a very stretch, a big stretch. Whether this will happen or not, probably not. But one big thing I wanted to put out there is that Arsenal will sign a winger in this window. It has been confirmed that Arsenal will sign a winger, and he's obviously worked with Mikel Arteta before, as we already know, and has previously revealed admiration for Mikel Arteta's work. He is a fan of Mikel Arteta and has hailed Mikel Arteta for his role in taking him to the next level as a winger. So the relationship between Arteta and Leroy Sané looks very valid. And I think we could take this one of two ways. This is how I see it personally. The first way we could take it is that it's a very easy rumor to make. It's a very easy connection to make, for the simple fact that Arsenal want a winger, Leroy Sané and Arteta have a good relationship. Let's put this two and two together and make five. That looks like one possibility, similar to Serge Gnabry after he's now signed a new deal with Bayern Munich. So it could be that. Secondly, it could be a genuine rumor. It could be a genuine thing that Arsenal do want Leroy Sané as a player. Now, Leroy Sané is predominantly a left winger, and that's how he operated at Manchester City. Arsenal have left wingers Emil Smith Rowe is operating there. Gabriel Martinelli is operating there. Gabriel Jesus could operate there. And Leroy Sané would probably have to play as a right winger back up to Bukayo Saka, unless Leroy Sané is going to play at left winger and Arteta has different plans for set of Gabriel Martinelli in that case scenario. But it does look like Arteta obviously knows Leroy Sané well, and if you were to sign, he'd probably know how to use him, etc., etc. But whether this is an actual hypothetical, whether Leroy Sané could actually join Arsenal, it would be an incredible signing. I do think he's a very good player, and again, he's a Premier League proven player. He's done it in the Premier League for Manchester City, but it would cost a lot, I believe. I think it would probably cost north of £50 million, probably. He signed to Bayern a few years back for 40 million. And look, he's a player I'll definitely take. He's a very good winger, and I think in a market where there are quite a few wingers, he's a very good option. Other wingers that I would personally look at are players like Danjuma. Again, the value for someone like Danjuma is very good. Also players like Bowen, I really like, and I think players like Bowen, player like Danjuma, even Leroy Sané could challenge Bukayo Saka for that spot. I don't want a player that's going to come in and just be a backup, because like we've seen with the Zinchenko signing, like we've seen with the Gabriel Jesus signing, these are players that will contend and will play, and these are players that will definitely improve our team. And I think with Leroy Sané, he will definitely be that sort of player. Now, whether he wants to join Arsenal or not remains to be seen. Obviously, he likes Arteta, but does he like the idea of joining Arsenal, playing in the Europa League, etc., etc.? All those things have to be taken under consideration. Obviously, players like Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus have looked at the Arteta factor and they've seemed to have loved it. Don't know why, but who knows? Maybe Leroy Sané is the same. Who knows? Maybe they're all in a group chat together. I don't know what they're doing, but player that I would definitely take. But leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you guys take someone like Leroy Sané at Arsenal? I definitely would. He's a very good player and could play both wings. Despite his predominant abilities to play the left, I think he can also play the right. But again, seems manifested to me, but who knows? Let's see what comes of it in the next few days. But the main news takeaway is Arsenal will sign a winger in this window, which has been confirmed officially by Fabrizio Romano. But the next bit of news I want to discuss is of Hector Bellerin. Now, there has been a bit of a a knock-on ball effect, snowball effect. That's the word. That's the phrase, snowball effect. Because Arsenal signing Zinchenko from Man City means that Man City will sign Cucurella from Brighton, which means that Brighton will sign a player by the names of, I forgot his name, but there's a left back, Real Betis, that they want to sign, and Betis could use that money to sign Bellerin. So it's a big little circle here. And it seems like Betis getting money from a left back they're selling to Brighton, to the selling to City, to the left back selling to Arsenal. They could use that money to sign Hector Bellerin. Now, he's a player I definitely want to try and get rid of in this window. I don't want it to be a case where it goes into the last year and he just leaves on a free. I would like to get a tiny bit of money for him, even if it's about £5 million. I think any sort of money just to get him off the books, and he's on quite big wages as well, over 100 grand a week. So just to get that off the wage book, just to get him gone, would be very ideal in my opinion. And again, someone like Hector Bellerin, I want him gone, as clearly as we know. But leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I think most Arsenal fans do want Hector Bellerin gone. But look, he has the number 2. William Saliba reportedly wants that as well. It's seeming like Hector Bellerin, he had a good loan over there at Real Betis. So I think Real Betis would want him back, quite clearly. It's just a matter of Betis having the funds. They also want to sign Houssem Aouar from Lyon, so they want funds for that, obviously. But I think Hector Bellerin, just to get him out, Real Betis looks like the only option. There have been links to Roma actually, but doesn't look like they're going to come to fruition. But let's just hope we can get him gone as soon as possible, to be honest. So that is the news on Hecky B. Youri Tielemans, that's probably want to talk about some rumours that he might stay at Leicester City. Now, while these are true, I think his priority is to leave this summer, while Arsenal and Manchester United are both interested in the Leicester City midfielder. It has been said that if he stays, then he could sign a contract extension, which is very plausible since he would be going into his last year and Leicester City wouldn't receive any money, and ideally Leicester want to receive some money for him. As I said, this is probably a late deal that Arsenal could do. I don't want to keep talking about him because I feel like I've been talking about Youri Tielemans a lot, but some suggestions have been that Arsenal may do departures to try and facilitate the Youri Tielemans signings, such as maybe Granit Xhaka, but I don't think Xhaka's going to leave this window. He just signed a contract last year, so it kind of seems like that he is involved in the long-term project as of now, even though I detest that, I despise that, can't do much about it. But yeah, that's the latest on Youri Tielemans, and that marks the end of today's Arsenal Transfer News Daily. If you haven't enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.